Hey everyone, it's Strange Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I meant to get this video out this past weekend, and I have just not been feeling good because of my allergies. You can probably tell my eyes are really puffy. They're still watering really bad, and it hit me hard this past weekend. It is brutal, man. Anyway, so I have a movie haul here for you for some horror movies I picked up recently over, what was it, the last month since I put up the last horror movie haul video. And one of these movies I was supposed to show you in the previous video. I'll make that the first movie, whatever, to show you in a moment. I have some VHS tapes, I have a couple of DVDs, and I have quite a few Blu-rays I picked up. And I got all of this over the last month or so for some really good deals from a shop I go to. And yeah, and some eBay stuff, and an antique shop that I go to sometimes. A lot of cool stuff to show you. Excuse me, I have some indigestion. I had some Doritos, the Cool Ranch ones. Jesus, they're killing me the older I get. So, let's go to the first one on the list, the one I was supposed to show you last time, the first of my two VHS tapes here. This one is one that I've been trying to hunt down for a long time. People said it was supposed to get a Blu-ray release about 2 years ago. I was very excited about that. I kept waiting around and waiting around. Never got it. Apparently it never got released on Blu-ray, even overseas. The DVD is super expensive, and I found this VHS tape for about 12 or 15 bucks. I can't remember what it was, but I bought this like 2 months ago. I tested it out. It works great, so I'm totally in the win for this. And that is Fright Night Part 2. Yes, Fright Night has a sequel, in case you didn't know that. The entire movie is on YouTube. That's how I saw it for the first time about 2 years ago, I think. And I loved it. I kept waiting off to try to get a Blu-ray copy of this. Couldn't do it. Tried to get a DVD copy. They're like somewhere between 50 and 100 bucks brand new. I was not going to spend that on a single DVD or movie. But I got this, like I said, pretty cheap. I checked out the tape itself. It looks like it has no mold or anything. The box itself is a little beat up, obviously. But it was in phenomenal condition when it comes to the actual tape. No beat up tape or anything like that. I've had many a times I bought VHS tapes offline, off eBay especially, and it got destroyed in the mail because of USPS sucking ass. And so now I have this. If you've not seen Fright Night Part 2, you are missing out. I may possibly review Fright Night for this summer. I thought about that. I thought about Jaws. I thought about I Know What You Did Last Summer and Lost Boys. I thought about all of these things. I reviewed Lost Boys movies on another channel last year, but I may go ahead and sit down and rewatch them again to review them this year. I'm not really sure what I'll get to, what I won't get to. I have plans sometimes they don't work out. I had plans to talk about the Leprechaun movies this year, and I never made it around to it because it just flew by so quick, and I started talking about the Omen movies, and I like the Omen movies way more than I like the Leprechaun movies, even though I'm nostalgic about some Leprechaun movies. Anyway, Fright Night Part 2, loved this movie, cannot believe how great it was not expecting it to be as good as it was, and I can't believe this is out of print. It must be some kind of rights issue or something as to whether it's the reason why maybe it hasn't went to DVD and Blu-ray. I don't know, but great movie if you haven't seen it. This one right here is directed by Mr. George Romero, and it's based on a Stephen King novel. I don't know how much King was involved with this movie, but I love this movie in particular. Never read the book. I have a copy down here somewhere, but it's The Dark Half. I saw this when I really got into Stephen King in my high school days, about 10th grade or so. It's probably about 13 years ago, I want to say, is when I saw this for the first time, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was so good, and I rewatched this probably a year or so ago, and I decided I wanted to get a copy of it, but I was at an antique shop this past weekend, 2 weeks ago with my wife, and I was wandering around. This is the good antique shop that I found this at, as well as some Star Wars books. I think I showed you on my other channel, Mr. Wild 194, where I review books, and this was a blast. I'm so glad I got a copy. The VHS tape, again, is not moldy. It's in perfect condition. The box itself looks like it was totally protected through somebody's entire lifetime. Great movie. If you haven't seen Dark Half, it's basically about a guy who's, he has a lot of headaches when he's a kid, let's say, and the doctors do surgery on him only to find out that basically he has some kind of condition of a, conjoined twin, something like that, and they have to remove that twin, and it apparently somehow grows up, possibly supernaturally, and it comes after him as an adult when he's a famous writer now. Great movie, has a little bit of blood to it too in case you haven't seen it before. Not super gory, but like to the extent of something like Creepshow, another George Romero Stephen King movie. Dark Half is a blast if you haven't seen it. Check it out, dude. So this right here, I'm a huge fan of this series. This movie was okay, but it had some good stuff in it. I saw it last October, I think is when it came out, in 2023, and I liked it. I didn't hate it at all. I thought it was pretty good. Not as good as the previous film, or many of the previous films like the first two, but this is VHS 85. I saw it at Walmart for 10 bucks brand new from Shudder. I love Shudder. I don't keep it year-round, but I do keep it every time October rolls around for VHS movies. This cover was badass, and as the title hints to, and as the cover poster art hints to, this is a very 80s themed VHS movie, and I love that about it. Very good idea for the aesthetic and the style. The music even has this new wave retro feel to it, and I really dig that. But I wish the shorts were better. I really do. Not a bad movie, like I said. There was some like this VR trip right here about trying to summon God or something, and that one ended horrifically. Weird, trippy-ass, lame-ass, low-budget feeling short for the most part, but when it gets to that ending, you better be ready. That was a great ending of that particular short, and that's like the only one I remember, to be honest with you. No, I remember a couple more things as I'm looking at the back here. Again, not one of my favorites of the series, but it's solid. I like it. VHS as a franchise in general just has so much going for it, and that's a great example why. This movie right here, I did find this past weekend, and my wife gave it to me for one of my, I guess, Easter presents, you could say. It's probably not a very Eastery movie to get, being Christians, but still, it's a movie I love deeply. I saw it last year from Hulu called Cobweb. This was at Walmart for $5. $5 bin, dude. You always have to look at that bin when you're looking around. If you're a big movie fan, you have to look through the $5 bin and the $7.50 bin, or whatever it's called, $7.25 bin. $5 for Cobweb. Brand new movie, incredible. As soon as I saw it in the bin, I messaged my boy, Horror FFA, a good friend of mine. I recommend checking out his channel if you haven't seen him before. Really great dude, does great reviews. I messaged him and told him, hey, I found this for $5. And he was like, no shit, I saw it the other day like that too. I think he bought it full price. I don't know. Sorry, Austin. Cobweb. Dude, this is like a scary, kind of bloody Goosebumps movie. It's really great. I love it so much. About basically a kid coming out of an abused family, or abusive family. It's just him and his parents. And he gets bullied at school also, but he begins to hear this woman's voice in the wall next to him. And I don't like people in the wall stories. And this goes a little bit more beyond a people, person, whatever, in the wall story. This has a lot more going for it than that. That was amazing. This is the best movie that ever handled the person in the walls storyline. I'm telling you, Cobweb was a blast, man. I reviewed that for this channel too, and I loved it. So keep an eye on your $5 bin at your Walmart if you happen to have one. Great, great, great movie. And now I will move on to the couple of Blu-rays I bought maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think I bought these like the week of or the week after the previous horror movie haul. I wanted to wait off until I could get a little collection of at least 5 or 6 movies before I did another horror movie haul. I might start making that about 10 movies, something like that. Give it some time to develop in between each of these haul videos. The haul videos always do well. I don't know why. Anyway, this is a movie that I saw a couple of times. Once, I want to say in the theaters, and a couple of times on DVD. And it's started a whole universe from James Wan called The Conjuring. This is the only Conjuring movie I like, aside from the first Annabelle film. Every single one after that I have thought was bland and boring. Conjuring 2, I don't care that James Wan directed it. It did not feel up to par for a James Wan film. It felt like Insidious Chapter 2 for James Wan. Just not good. Not good at all. Conjuring 2 had that really great moment with the old man ghost in a chair. And I loved that. That was incredible. But Conjuring 1 started everything, and it was a powerful kickoff to such a scary-ass movie. It's kind of predictable. It's kind of your typical ghost, haunted house exorcism by the end of it movie. But it was fun. It had some really unique things that sadly made it into the trailer of the movie, which also kind of ruined it a little bit. But people blew the hell out of this movie when it came out, and I do not think it's as great as people make it out to be. But it's really good. Does that make sense? It's not a classic to me, but it's really good for what it was. And the fact that it started up this whole Conjuring universe for some reason. Again, I like the first Annabelle film, and I love killer doll movies. That's kind of a killer doll movie, but it is not as much as I wanted it to be. I saw Conjuring 3 right around Christmas time this year, and it was fucking terrible. I hated Conjuring 3 so much. I admire that they tried to do something a little bit different, but it was terrible. Moving along though, here is a review, or not a review, here is a copy of a movie that I had heard nothing but bad about, but I am a found footage fan, and I wanted to go ahead and check it out. I could not find part 2, I might try to wait and get part 2, but I knew that it was going to be like $5 to rent this probably on Amazon Prime, so I got it for like $3 at the store I went to, and this is called The Gallows. I think everybody from Chris Stuckman to Jeremy Johns, everybody reviewed this. I think it was a January horror film, which usually means not good. You know? So this one I'm excited to see just because it has a part 2, probably because it's so low budget to put together, and it probably guaranteed itself to make money. But The Gallows, I'm hoping will be a good flick. I don't know if it will be. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Maybe I'll try to watch this coming weekend. I don't know. But I really, really hope this is a good one. Maybe a good find. I've never heard anybody, whether it be on the Reddit, subreddit, whatever, for found footage movies, or whether it be in the horror community, I've never heard anybody say anything good about this movie. So, I don't know. The Last Exorcism was one of those ones that people hated deeply, but then every once in a while you'd hear somebody say something good about it, and then I watched it, never saw part 2, and was with it most of the time and hated it. But The Gallows, I've never heard anybody say anything good about, or even talk about it for that matter, so hopefully it's not a complete loss. I'm hoping so. This movie right here is kind of more of an action movie, but it is an alien invasion action movie at the same time, so I kind of qualify it as a creature feature. I don't know if I'll review this on the channel. Like I said, I kind of review things that have some sort of love and reputation in the community, or part of a series or a big IP or whatever. That's usually what I review for this channel. Not so much, you know, random things like I used to, where I would just review any horror movie I watched. And this one here may or may not get a review, but I did want to see it again. I was thinking about it probably a month ago, and I happened to find this copy for about $3, and I thought it would be cheaper once again than renting a movie from from Amazon Prime for $5. I got this for $3, like I said. Battle Los Angeles, alien invasion military perspective movie. Aaron Eckhart stars in it. He's a good actor, played Harvey Dent, Two-Face in Dark Knight, and I hope it's good. I hope it's good. More than likely, it's probably not going to be as good as I remember it being, because I liked this when I saw it on DVD back in the day. I never made it to the theaters to see this, but Battle Los Angeles, I remember really digging, despite the really lame-ass title. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. You may or may not get a review for me, or from me. It's one of those movies kind of like, I have this movie right here I thought about reviewing for this channel, The Great Wall, with Matt Damon. This is totally a crazy I can't say it. Anime-inspired creature feature monster movie, period piece, and it was a blast for the most part. Great Wall was not a bad movie at all. I thought it was really fun for what it was trying to be. But like Battle Los Angeles, I can't decide if I want to review that here or not. So if you want to review for either of these movies, if you think that they're really good and have a cult following or something, let me know down in the comments. I will totally try to talk about them for you. This movie right here, I had heard tons of great things about the book from one of my favorite writers of all time, Jonathan Mayberry, and from other people. My cousin read the book, and she really liked it, I believe. I've never read that book, I've never seen this movie, but I've wanted to, and again, it was cheaper to buy this copy at the store I go to pretty much weekly, rather than buying or renting, I guess, a copy, especially if I ended up liking it, so I don't know, we'll see what happens when I watch it. But this is a very dirty-looking, moldy, brown-covered copy of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. I didn't see the brown stains and shit on here until I got it home. I wish I'd paid attention because there were like 3 copies at the store that I went to, so I should have just grabbed one of those that were not dirty. I think they were cracked cases. I think it's why I grabbed this one. I don't know. But the brown stains need to come off. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. The title says it all. I heard it's a very 3D at the time movie where axes could come flying at you and stuff. I don't know if Abraham Lincoln dies by the end of the movie. Do the vampires assassinate him? Is it a jealous human being who loves vampires like Bella Swan? Nobody knows. At least I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully it's good. I've heard a lot of good about both the book and movie, like I said, and I'm hoping that it's as riveting as the guy on the front, Joel Amos from MovieFanatic.com says. I don't know who that is. I don't know what that website is either. This movie right here I saw one time when it came to DVD rental, and my family and I watched it in our basement with no lights on. We still couldn't see the movie. It was too dark. This is Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Extreme Unrated set. I've never seen this since I saw it that one time. I love the first Alien vs. Predator despite not being a big Predator or Alien fan. Yeah, I said it. I'm not really a big fan of either of those franchises. There are select movies in there, those two franchises, that I do like Prometheus, like Aliens, obviously. Predator, I like the original okay. I love Prey. I think Prey might be my favorite of the Predator franchises, oddly enough. Never thought I would say that. But yeah, I'm a very picky fan when it comes to these two franchises together. But the AVP first movie I really like quite a bit. I thought it was cool. There's also some comics about like Batman versus Alien and Batman versus Predator. I haven't read the Predator one, but I read the Alien ones. And they were phenomenal if you haven't read those before. The alien impregnates an alligator at one point, and that was crazy as hell. If you haven't read those Batman vs. Alien comics, check them out. Really good. But getting back to Requiem, I don't know how much bonus footage or whatever is in the unrated film. This has both versions of the movie in it. I don't know if I'm going to like it anytime this time around. Maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. Probably not going to, I'm running out of room. But I still pick up stuff like books and stuff all the time. Alien vs. Predator Requiem, I remember nothing about. I remember a kid and his dad hunting and then getting attacked, and that's all I remember about this movie. I don't remember the setup, how they made a sequel, how it ties to the first movie, if it does at all. I don't remember any of that stuff, so hopefully it'll be better than I remember it being. Anyway, that's pretty much the haul right there of possibly, potentially bad movies, but a lot of them I've already seen and love, like Dark Half and Fright Night Part 2, Cobweb, VHS. So a lot of these might go out of the collection anyway once I get to those Blu-rays I was talking about. But that's pretty much the haul, guys, of movies at least. I got some books recently too. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think about it down in the comment section down below. Do you have a favorite out of this set? Have you seen everything from this set? What do you recommend? What do you not recommend? Let me know all of your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. Thank you all for watching, guys. Appreciate you. God bless you. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. Like I said, I wanted to have this video, as a matter of fact, out for Easter, and it did not happen. So sorry about that. But God bless you guys. Catch you later for a review for probably Omen First Kill will probably be my next video. I haven't decided. Yeah, I'll try to get something out this week, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you all. God bless you. Catch you later, and goodbye.